a story out of Midland where the discussion revolved around Saturday Night Live. During a C-SPAN interview on Friday, Senator Ted Cruz expressed his eagerness at such an opportunity for himself after fielding a dozen questions from callers where he hammered on typical talking points. C-SPAN anchor Steve Scully asked one that drew the internet's attention. Quote, if SNL were to ask you to guest host one of its programs, would you do it? Cruz said, quote, oh, absolutely. I grew up watching SNL as a kid. I think their political satire is hysterical. I think the actress they have playing Hillary Clinton has her dead on. I would love the chance to do it. I think Donald will knock it out of the park. SNL producers have yet to actually ask Cruz to come out and host the show. But it should come as no surprise if Cruz does end up appearing as a host on the show. For the last several decades, the show has become a popular pit stop for presidential campaign trails. While Cruz may have his fingers crossed on hosting SNL, Ben Carson, not so much. He says he's too serious for such buffoonery. Quote, I think the presidency of the United States is a very serious thing. I don't want to even begin to put the lightness of comedy on it. Carson said, I know the comedians will continue to make fun of me. That's what they do. That's fine. But they can continue to do that on their own. I will not cooperate. Ben Carson saying, I wouldn't go on Saturday Night Live. Again, that doesn't surprise me that Ben Carson wouldn't go on. Ted Cruz, I'm trying to think how Ted Cruz would do as host of SNL. Again, I like Ted Cruz, but I picture it being a little awkward. I got to be completely honest with you. Ted Cruz, I think it would be awkward for Cruz. Donald Trump, he's Mr. Entertainment. It would work out well for Trump. For Hillary, it's just funny trying to see her fit in. But for Ted Cruz, I don't know how that would go, Jody. For Ted Cruz to...
No, it wouldn't be good.
You don't think so? Do you think Ted Cruz is funny?
Well, I think he can be funny, but it's not his nature to be boisterous and self-deprecating.
No, I don't see that. I don't see that from Cruz. I don't think he has the person. Well, I don't know.
It would be awkward.
It would be.
Yeah.
I think there would be some cringeworthy moments during the SNL. And I don't mean this in a bad way. This is going to come across bad. And it's going to get back to his campaign. Well, okay. He might be too nerdy. You see what I'm saying? He might be too nerdy. And I don't mean that in a bad. He knows his politics. He's kind of a wonk at times. I just don't know if he fits into that.
He's a very academic type person.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost, this is really going to get back. It's almost like Barack Obama getting up there. Barack Obama's not funny. There's nothing funny about Barack Obama. Ted Cruz is funnier than Barack Obama. But there's nothing funny about, but if Barack Obama gets up there and tries to joke, it's cringeworthy. It's just like, oh, stop.
It's been written out and rehearsed.
Yeah. It's just.
And it's still painful.
Yeah, Trump's going to get up there and he's going to be funny like he was on Fallon's show. I just got a text. It would be like Mark Levin doing SNL. I think Cruz is funnier. I have to say, I think Cruz can be a little more lighthearted than Mark Levin.
It would be a good monologue, though. It'd be fun to watch.
Oh, it'd be an epic monologue. Absolutely. I don't know. I'll have to float that out to the Cruz camp. 770-5790, toll free, 1-800-687-0790. You can send in your thoughts via email, chat at KFYO.com. Sorry, I still have the mental image of Mark Levin opening up SNL.
That would be fun.
Listen here, you big dopes.
Shut up.
I would be the funniest show. I would watch it, though.
Oh, I'd watch that.
It might be funny for completely other reasons. It would be funny. You have Mark Levin hosting SNL with the Hillary Clinton character show up. It'd be greatness.
That's right, I said it.
would watch that. I would absolutely. Levin would just go off. There's no way in hell he'd ever do it, by the way. He would never go on that show. But if he did, I'd watch. I would say, okay, this is the Saturday Night Live that I'll have to TiVo. There's usually one or maybe two a year that I have to go, I'll watch that. And then, I TiVo it and watch it later. Oh, Mark Levin hosting SNL. Please let that happen. This is Mark Levin, and live from New York, your taxes are going up. I don't see that working out well. You millennials are a bunch of losers. That's right, I said it. I don't see it working out well for SNL. It'd be hilarious for the rest of us. But for NBC, I don't know. Now, here's the thing. Did you know that there are people protesting Trump? In NBC, having Trump hosting Saturday Night Live. Latino advocacy groups, joined by Hollywood celebs and others, are calling for NBC to disinvite Trump from his November 7th appearance, citing inflammatory remarks that Trump made about Mexicans. Didn't NBC fire Donald Trump, or didn't they say they didn't want anything to do with him anymore? And now they're bringing him back. They know. They know they're going to get ratings if Trump is on there. Is Snyder trying to find some Mark Levin stuff over there? Yeah, we should throw that out there to Mark Levin. Would you ever appear on Saturday Night Live? Boy, then the advocacy groups would really go nuts. If they had, what if they got Rush, Hannity, and Mark Levin just on stage?
Get out of here, you idiot.
I don't see that working out well for SNL. For Mark Levin, it would be nonsense. It wouldn't be comedy for Levin. He would just beat the crap out of them over and over again. That's what would make it funny. For us, it would make it hilarious. If Mark Levin ever appeared on SNL, we would rerun it during the show. We would just replay the entire episode just here on the show the following Monday. We'd have to. Latino advocacy groups, Hollywood celebrities, and others calling for SNL to ditch Trump. Quote, "We are appalled that you would enable Trump's hateful speech for nothing more than a ratings ploy," said the National Hispanic Leadership Agenda, a coalition of 40 civil rights and policy organizations, in a letter to SNL exec producer Lorne Michaels. A social media campaign called Racism Isn't Funny. Want to ask Carlin about that? You want to ask, how many comedians used racism as jokes there, Jody? Not so much anymore, but didn't Pryor have a few racist jokes from time to time?
Oh, yeah, Pryor that was one of his main sticks.
Yeah, you know what? Hate to say it. Sometimes racism can be funny.
Oh, he was a terribly funny man.
Yeah. Go back to Pryor, some of the great comedians. What a stupid hashtag. Racism isn't funny. Go to a comedy club and see if you don't get any race jokes. And I don't mean like a nice comedian. I mean a real good comedian who wants to make you uncomfortable. Go to a Chris Rock show. Well, maybe not now, but an old Chris Rock show.
Eddie Murphy?
Oh, Eddie Murphy. Oh, absolutely. And see if racism isn't funny. Go ahead. Stop it. This hashtag. Did you see, who was it, Melissa Harris Perry on MSNBC? When a guest of hers said that Paul Ryan was a hard worker, she took issue with that because of slavery. She was like, well, excuse me, hard work was when slaves were picking cotton. What Paul Ryan is doing, she went off on that. I mean, that has to be a pre-planned, because she talked about how she has a painting, I guess, in her office. And it reminds her all the time of the hard work back in the day. And I guess she just planned to attack Paul Ryan, somehow equate the hard work that Paul Ryan does and say that's offensive to people because of slavery. What?
Get off the phone, you big liberal jerk.
Now I want Levin to host. I really want Levin to host Saturday Night Live.
Get off the phone, you big dope.